All right, so I have been a bad man. I've been working on my 6x6 without filming it for you guys to see. Why? Just because I wanted to hobby at my own pace, and I thought it was a lot of tedious building with the hard plastics. And yes, there are many of you that would love to watch me build something tedious like that, but I don't want to watch a video like that, and that means I don't have any fun making a video like that. But I'm going to catch you up to speed right now. You've already seen the thumbnail, you've already seen the title, so you know where we're at, but we might as well get into it right at the beginning. Look at this beautiful thing right here on top of my covered up 4x4 trail you can see on my second channel. But look at this, my friends. This is the back portion of my fire truck 6x6. Yes, this is a Cross RC product. I actually had to do the painting and a lot of this on my own, at my own pace, because I just wanted to thoroughly enjoy it, right? I've done tons of build videos, and I've done lots of painting videos, and I gotta say, I don't really go back and watch a whole lot of the painting ones, but just because an even stroke will get you where you need to be. Shake the can and then stroke evenly, you know what I'm saying? So I had fun doing this. I'm going to show you some of the aspects of this. I'd love to turn this into a pump truck where we actually have a pump in the back and like a hose or a nozzle that shoots out to put fires out. I think that would be incredible. Got this little back tray. Look at this. Everything's all screwed into place. Even these nice little, thanks for the advice, guys. I asked what color you wanted me to paint the brass things. You said if I was leaving the truck red, leave it brass. I agree with you. Look at the little seat there for everybody to sit down. The firefighters can sit down. Whoever they're picking up or rescuing, just like that. Piece of cake. Beautiful. Did I have any problems with fitment? No, not at all. Everything went together the way it should, including this little clasp right here. Clasp, and then this is where the battery will go, and then the wires will come down to this area, which will go towards the cab and the ESC, which is the electronic speed control for those that don't know. Everything had to be done, just meticulously with this, and I think it turned out fantastic. Sorry I didn't bring you guys along for the build, but, it was just building the back box. Now let's move forward here. Oh, look at all the pieces I have out here. I decided to go with a red, as I told you guys I was going to do, a red and gray theme for my fire truck. But what I did was I painted it with Italian red, and then I muted the color with a flat clear coat. So I didn't want the shiny red like we got here on the top of the air filter. And you can see it's nice and shiny there. But when I go to the doors, it's nice and flat. I got some oil in there for my fingers, not a big deal. This is after I painted. Got the windows in there, got these small hinges on there. Lots of detail. Look at this. Handles, locks, the whole deal. Done. So what's left, really? Well, another part where I cheated. You guys would be like, why did you move it forward so much? Really, it wasn't, though, because I had the motor installed in the last video. I haven't bound or done anything with the receiver. All I did was throw in the Quick Run crawler brushed ESC. I know you'll want to see this. This is the 80 amp piece of cake. Let's see. The Quick Run crawler, the waterproof. This is the most important thing to me. This is like one of the least expensive ESCs on the market. It's programmable. It comes with a program card. You can do anything you want basically with it. I threw a Spectrum, just a 4-channel receiver in here, the SR515. Really easy, simple. Gives me 2 auxiliary channels, one for my shifting servo, and then one if I want to throw a winch on here later. Look at this bad boy. You have to construct this entire thing. Let's get a good shot of it here. This is the spare tire carrier. You literally have to cut out and paint all the pieces and then weld them all together. What do I mean by that? Well, plastic weld. My buddy at Action Hobby, a local hobby store here, said use this general purpose plastic solvent cement. So this is more like just a nail brush you paint it on, and it dries basically almost instant. Even though I've got some pieces pushed together like that, that was just to make sure that I had a nice seal all the way around the door. Two-piece door here, guys. Lots and lots of work goes into this, lots and lots of screws. All the OCD people, I apologize to you right now. It's an organized chaos. This is all I had left, so I didn't have to worry about it. And a lot of these things, like the parts tree, they're just repetitive parts that you don't need, like all these eyelets for the rod ends. You need a few of them from each, but they just seem to give you copies for the few parts that you might need. Everything on the interior is going to be black. You'll notice the gray roof, the gray grill is the same gray as I put on to the axle, so it should look pretty good. Let's start building the cab. Okay, so first part will be the window section for the cab. I've already put the air filter on the outside, so that's no problem. I'm going to take a couple of these. I love this. These are actually, focus, are made out of rubber. Look at that, not hard plastic. In fact, this whole tree is made out of rubber, which is good. Funny that you'd have like fake hooks on there. Well, no, they're not going to work very well. Those ones on the front of my bumper, though, totally steel, I think, or aluminum, whatever. They're very strong. Here are the 4 front windows to the windshield. So 2 and then 1 on either side. I have to peel each of these, so if you're following along with me, make sure your hands are clean and free of any glue, because these have to be glued in place and you don't want to have a smudge right in the middle. Okay, so there you can kind of see that solvent melting the paint, so you got to be very careful. It's hard to paint and or to glue and not to paint first, because it has to happen. But both of those sides are in. I'm doing those first, and then I'm tackling the 2 centers. I'm pre-painting the frame of this with the glue. I'm not painting the actual plastic window. And reaching for the interior, look, I've already put a few of the pieces on there. I painted them black just to give it a little bit of contrast, not too much. Loving the detail going into the build. Then while that's drying, I'll come over here and grab one of these completed doors and attach the hinges onto the hinge area. That's my technical term, hinge area, the mounting point. 1, Two doors, Okay, and this beautiful piece right here is going to need a wheel well on it, so this should fit into these tabs right there. If I glue it, it'll look something like that. Then you carefully glue in the grill. Look at that on either side. That means I've let lots of time pass to let this dry with the paint on paint, but there it is. Then off to the side, I've pretty much sandwiched that speaker that was quote unquote the free gift into the fan shroud. Take that, and it has 4 holes on it. So does this nice netting, which is going to go on here, which now gets mounted up behind the grill. And look at that. So that is installed with the shroud, which is now the speaker. On to the next part. Okay, so then this is the back panel for the cab. I glued on these 2 side pieces as indicated, and I'll now glue on that back window. And off to the side, you can see I completed quite a bit of work on the interior. All the pedals, everything is done. Ready to rock. Right about there. So now I have 3 main pieces. This would be flipping up, and what they want me to do is to actually glue this part right here to here on either side so it sticks up. So I'll have to wait for that to dry. Well, while I wait for the glue to dry, I installed the 2 hinges. I might as well install that on the front. Coming together. Okay, now that it's dry, or dry as it's going to get for now, I'm going to slide this into place, glue it in. And here is the roof. I already installed the lights, well, part of it. There's the internal LED and then the roof lights. You'll be like, why didn't he paint the roof? Because I wanted a light gray roof, that's why. Well, that is where I'm going to leave it today. I've got lots of work to do still, but check it out, folks. all the way around. It's starting to look pretty much like a fire truck. Well, the color of one at least, and a badass fire truck at that. Whew! That's looking pretty sweet. Shall we put it on there just for like a sneak peek? Let's see. Do it, do it, do it. Let's see here. Nowhere close to being done, but here is your first image of it. Look at this. Crazy. I know I got the plug sticking out. It doesn't matter. All that stuff will be tucked away as I work on this truck on my own. What do you think, guys? This is pretty insane, hey? Oh man. Once I get all the electronics done, this is going to be a beast on the trail. Smash that like button, guys. And if you guys have any ideas that you want to share with me about this build, about what I should do to make it even cooler as a fire truck or a pump truck, you got to let me know. Comment down below. See you in the next episode.